Your dad played at Ohio State, right?
He did.
What does this rivalry mean to you?
It means a lot, man. I mean, growing up in Columbus, that's a big part of the culture in Columbus, in Ohio.
It's the whole culture, dude.
You know what it is. You know, in some ways it is. So I'm very familiar. So this is huge, you know, and very exciting for our team to be in a position we're in. So you couldn't ask for anything more.
Growing up, did you go to these games often as a kid?
Actually, not often. I've gone to. So I think it was maybe 99. I went to the Ohio State Michigan game, but I've been in that environment, but not as often as you think, you know. So.
Did you grow up wanting to play for Ohio State?
You grow up. You grow up. You learn from an early age that. That's a high standard, and so yeah, you know what, I would say I did, but I mean it wasn't like an obsession, but absolutely, you know, you carry that with you a little bit.
Who was your dad rooting for Saturday?
Who was he rooting for? You know, I don't know. You have to ask him. I haven't talked to him. I said Sunday. I talked to him the last time I talked to him until the next week. So you have to ask him now.
It's not automatic. Sorry, it's not automatic that he be rooting for his son?
No, he is. He's pulling for us. But yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. That's his team, and but he's pulling for us. You know.
What did he say when you told him you would be coaching here?
What did he? Well, he was excited. He was fired up. But obviously, you know, that was followed with no. You know, just kind of one of those deals. But he's excited. You know, and just the position the team's in. The step we can take, you know, I think it's such a rare thing, you know what I mean? So we're excited about that.
So. You bought a Chris Webber jersey when you were a kid, right?
I did, yeah. So like to your point, you know, I've always been, you know, a kind of, you know, respectful of Ohio State, but you know, I've always appreciated Michigan also, and you know, maybe going against the grain a little bit. So yeah, so.
Pep came in wearing a Don Brown for president.
No,
for the Royals Award thing. Why does he deserve that, you think?
Well, I mean, his results. I mean, he gets results. I mean, the guys play hard for him, and I think his experience is kind of afforded him an advantage in the sense that he can anticipate things before they happen, and because he's been through it all. So I think he's deserving because of the results that you see and the way the kids play, you know.
What is Haskins? What kind of challenge is that getting ready for this guy?
Man, I mean, he's one of the. You could argue he's one of the top, you know, players in college football. He's accurate. You know, he hasn't played a lot. You know, this is really kind of like his first year. He played some last year, but he's very mature, and I think he's completely, you know, has a complete understanding of the scheme that they run, and you know. And I know he's being coached well. You know, Ryan Day is a good friend of mine. I've known him, worked for him at BC, so I kind of know what his makeup is. So I think he's a very good player, and he's not going to. You know, we got to beat him. He's one of those guys you got to beat. You know, so I think he's a good player, real good player.
He hadn't really shown much of a propensity to run until this last week against Maryland. What kind of challenge does that present for the linebacking core to, you know, essentially prepare for the unknown there?
Yeah, I mean, he's capable, and honestly, you know, every quarterback, you got to, I mean, in college especially, you got to respect the fact that they can run. You have to account for it. Maybe not run in the sense of like a design run play, but just escape in the pocket, you know. So I don't know if it's anything unique this week in that regard. You know, we got to be responsible, and we have to make sure that we're sound in our responsibilities. And, you know, so, I mean, last week he did run more, but I think he is a guy confident in his arm for sure. So.
With your past, like going up around the rivalry, do you have any expectations for what Saturday's going to be like, maybe emotionally or anything like that?
I'm emotionally invested right now, like the players and the coaches, just from the standpoint it's not just another game, right? We all know that. So in terms of what to expect, I expect you know, just an absolute battle, and I don't expect the game to be won in the first play. You know, no matter if you're up or down, this thing is going to. I see it going all the way, and the team that's the most disciplined, and resilient, you know, the most who executes at the highest level will come out, and who wants, you know, I won't say who wants it more because everybody wants it, but who's able to, you know, use their emotion to their advantage, you know, and stay focused. I think will come away with this one. So.
Your dad played for Woody, right?
Played for Woody Hayes.
Did he tell you stories about Woody?
Yeah.
And Woody Moe and...
Yeah, you know, and it's funny, man. Like Woody, it's funny. He's told me stories growing up, of just how much he loved them, but how much respect, you know, he and Bo had, and the players at the time could even though it was competitive, they kind of got that. So I mean, I grew up around that, and you know, I've heard quite a few stories about Woody Hayes. So yeah.
Anything you can share?
I mean, I don't think anything out there. You know, he was on the team where, you know, he punched a guy from Clemson, which I thought was kind of cool. And I mean, there's countless stories. So I won't delve too deep, but a lot of respect there for sure. Yeah.
Anything else? All right.
All right, thanks.